Hey, Shadow Company, how's it going? Neil, how's it going? Hope you guys are having a good day. The colorful one on the bottom left. This one. This is the Tenable Cryo. You can get it in a variation of colors. But this is the only one like this where you get the skull handle and the blue blade. They are still available. They kind of did it as a Halloween thing. It's got great action though. I'm really liking it. It's 14C. Yeah. All right, well, have a good one, Neil. Yeah, so this is like a G10. Very cool. But yeah, pulled some fun ones out today. Got the new Jack Wolf today. So that's awesome. Laser Ghost. What's up, Donnie? The really big one. Dude, that's awesome. I can't wait. The really big one? This one? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the growler. I had to send that on for somebody else to take a look at, but they are on White Mountain Knives. It's a Devo Growler XL, and it is available. You can get them right now. They're all on White Mountain though. I think the one that I was showing was the base one starting at like 140, and they went up after that. Today's Tuesday. Oh, the nanner, yeah. I gotta pull that thing out. I gotta find. Sometimes I put things away and they just end up buried away. I'll be getting that one back. But yeah, that's one of my favorites. I'm on a big CJRB kick. Today I posted the video for the pyrite light and the new steel they have. And it's a good one. Good steel. And I have a couple new CJRBs on the way. But I don't know if they'll be here till with the holiday, it's hard to say. That they're sending me to check out. So I'm super stoked about that. Hey, Steve, driving and lurking? No problem. Be safe. But yeah, having lots of fun. Brought some different stuff out today. It's very gloomy out today here, so. But yeah, so today's Tuesday. Roger, good to see you. Let's see here. So yeah, here's the new Jack Wolf Purple G10. Listen to this though. That is snappy. A bit snappier than the $2 Fleet Farm one. And just in case Casey stopped by, we got to have a Tempest out. The pinion. Hey, Homer, I don't want to build a snowman, but it sounds like we might get snow this coming week. How are you doing, man? I was just, I had a dinner with Iowa AK the other night, and we were talking about you. Because he hasn't been live in a long time, and I said, man, people have been wondering where you're at. But, see, the trick is, I'm going to, yeah, he's doing good. Him and I are gonna do a holiday knife exchange. We surprise each other with a gift, but we know it's gonna be some sort of knife. And then I'm gonna get him to film it so I can get him back on camera. Yeah, deer season's going on, so he's been living in the blind out in the cold lately. But hopefully we'll get him to film some ice fishing again this year. I'm guessing it'll be pretty cold this year, so that won't be a problem. Yeah, the water freezes, he'll do some lives. Bluminati, how's it going? Blazer Ghost. Man, does he drive a Blazer? Because that would be pretty cool. I think he's a Jeep guy. Day 2 of the hostage situation here at work. You got to get out, man. But I was carrying this guy today. This thing is really nice and bright. And it's in the AR SF2 90S10 Blazer was your first vehicle? Nice. The little one? Oh yeah, one of my absolute favorites. This is the Concept Mini Corvid. So they have the big ones, but then they have this mini one, and it's got a perfect spot for your thumb and 2 fingers. But oh, let's see here. YouTube's asking a question. Let me. This will be a fun one. There we go. So This is in 154 cm. They come razor sharp. And it's got a liner lock, a front flipper, a top flipper. It's got the fuller. So this is definitely a working knife. And they have a ton of them, so I kind of collect them. Great fifth pocket one. And yeah, they offer all sorts. You can even get them in S35, which is pretty cool. But yeah, these are like, I like these things a lot. You never have too many of those. So what knife do you guys think is overrated? Now, if you say bug out, that's a cop out now. Star in the second. How's it going? We're hanging out here and having fun. So let's see here. Knives we think might be overrated. Man, that's tricky. Okay, anything Benchmade blue says. I'm trying to think of something that. Hey, Elnav, haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. The ones that you didn't decide. That's right. Everybody pick up Mallory's, and that's it. Rosie or the Arius? Ooh. Overrated. I'll say I like this knife, but this knife has been overdone to no end. So hear me out. I like the knife. It's a good knife, but it's been overdone. The Militaw. I like it, but it was like the only thing everybody wanted to talk about last year. Oh, Bluminati said the Militaw. Yeah. The Elementum. Right there, Mallory. I agree with you on that. Hey, Shay. A knife that was a ripoff to you? Yeah, Shay, we're picking a knife that we think is overrated. That was your second guess. Something that cost too much and wasn't as good as I thought. The Riot Pivot Lock. I liked the knife, but for the price, it was priced just to be a pivot lock. And they're not always as smooth as you think. Hey, Kathleen. I got my purple G10 Jack Wolf showed up today. There you go, Alnav. I'll give you that. For $5, it did above the dollar amount, but in general, I mean, it is what it is. I think people were excited to see a known steel in such a cheap package, but really, for all the hype it got, yeah, it definitely got overrated. I like it a lot, Kathleen. I'm glad I got the purple G10. It's really snappy, and it's got this nice nail nick, which I think makes it easy to open, and it's a really good size. Has yours shown up yet? Yeah, that was the other thing. Everybody started buying them as giveaways. And like, yeah, like it's run its course, and I thought it would kind of be over with. And now they're bringing it back in different colors, and all of a sudden, blah. You agree on the Militaw? Yeah. Because they said D2, and everybody's like, D2? That's a decent steal. And for $5, you probably got a really, more for your money. But awesome, Kathleen. But it just got overdone, and then it almost became a joke of itself. And some people are still all in on that, and I'm not. I'm not into that. I'm pushing for Fleet Farm knives this year. Yeah, for the money it's okay, but like the amount of like 400 people did reviews on that $5 knife, and like there was nothing, like yeah. There's some knives where it's great to see a bunch of reviews, get different opinions. I know, Kathleen, it's like there's probably 4 billion of them they made. So like I'm not it was neat at first, and it wore off very quickly for me. To me it's throw it in your car just in case you need it in your glove box kind of a thing. Thank you, El Nav. Thanks for popping in. It's good to see you. But I'm excited for a bunch of new stuff. I will say I am you picked up a couple of different variants they have just to check them out. Yeah, that's cool. The Sabenza. Thank you, BNA. I will say this, I have never had my hands on one, but it also doesn't sound like the kind of knife that I would want for that kind of money. If I'm building my own knife, it's going to have holes, not studs. It's not going to be a slow roll knife. I want to reverse flick that thing. For that kind of money, I will save up for a Rosie. The sheepdog was disappointing to you because when you actually carry it malfunctioned. That's a bummer. I had a button lock one, and I traded Iowa AK. He's kind of collected the different sizes. But I will say, like, I picked that up at the same time I started picking up the Corvids. And the Corvids I just thought were a million times better. You checked out Justin from OCD for EDC when you met him. And it was meh, yeah. I realized OCD for EDC, they live like 2 hours from me. Looks like Casey went live. Everybody can go tell him the party's over here. and I'm gonna put my Tempest away now. No, I'm joking. It's good. Yeah, I've never really interacted with him myself. Hey, Hemi. But I hear good things. Yeah. Let's see here. So since we did the overrated knife, what is a knife that is completely underrated? Whether it's budget or premium, what is something that people should look at more? Oh, look, the question thing popped up. Just in time for me to ask it. The leak, I'll give you that. You know, when that thing first came out at the time, yeah, the pocket clip's not where we want it, and a little bit of assisted, but in general, that knife was above and beyond at the time. The Mini Barrage. Oh, I haven't thought about that one. Um, hmm. Yeah, there's some good stuff out there that we don't talk about anymore. Underrated, you're not sure? Hmm. Now, this is something I have on my grail list and I have never had my hands on. But the people that have them say how amazing they are, and it probably, as far as aesthetics for me, Rotten Evo would be huge for me. You could go for it with the overrated knives. There's definitely plenty. But you know what? Everybody has that Kubi, well, except for me, which I've been thinking about because they have good prices on it right now on White Mountain. Um, you couldn't go wrong with that. Um, Speaking of which, I didn't order one yet because I'm trying to save, but um, oh, Casey's knife, the one with the flipper that Kubi did, that is on sale on White Mountain, titanium and 14C, and if you use my code, it's only 89 bucks. You know what we need more of? We need more of Lutz Clydesdale. That is a knife that everybody should have. Yeah, the Supercell Bluminati. It is 89 bucks. It says like 125. You put it in cart and it's knocked down to like 90. No, it's knocked down to 100. And then you put code titanium in and it's down to 89. USA 331 Pulsar. Literally the best OTF, but nobody seems to even know it exists. I'll go with you on that, dang Ross, is if it's not like a Microtech or a Kershaw, people don't pay attention to other OTFs nearly as much. For one, this one, man. This one's great. Marco, give us your best underrated and best overrated knife. We've kind of got a tie with the Elementum, the Militaw, and anything Ozark Trail puts out as far as overrated. Gas station knives are the best, is what a first-time knife buyer would say, not knowing what gas station knives even are. That is true. They won't last long, but usually they come with a better edge than a lot of knives. They do 1,000 Militaw variants. Because they were selling, and then they stopped selling, and now they've just been pushing to get rid of them, I think. You know, I think everybody liked the blade shape, but nobody wanted to spend that kind of money. It's easier to do the overrated ones. You know, and that came out, and there was a Kaiser I still want to get. That smaller Lundquist one, and I want it in the all black. and it was S35. Oh man, what's it called? But it came out. It was real popular, and then like they released the Militar right after that, and everybody forgot about it. The Veritas and super rare, as in it was the last one they had that day. Oh, the Fenrir. I will say this. I love my Fenrir though. It's good. But I wonder how many more variations we're gonna get before it's gonna just be like, please take one. Yeah. It's good. Hey, that Ozark Trail for the money, it was you got your values worth, that's for sure. But when every single person reviews it, we don't need 400 reviews of a $5 knife. No problem. They'll sell them for $20, but the true thing is they're not even worth a cent. I'll give you that. Like, I stopped at a gas station that had a bunch of knives, very gas station knives, and they didn't have a price on. I was like, "What are you guys looking for on those?" Thinking, $5, but they'll probably ask for 10. They wanted $24.99, and I mean, we're talking plastic. Oh, I was like, I can't do it. I can't justify the fun on that. But I'm working on party at your house. Everybody head over to Shay's. Bring pizza rolls. I am working on something where I'm gonna get I think Kevin Smith and Knives and Iowa AK and I. Anybody else is in the area, we're gonna hit up the world's largest truck stop and rate their gas station knives. The Rod and Evo's overrated for you. See, I've never had my hands on one, but it looks like something I want on my grail list. Bring a snack. Cool. Very cool, BNA. Oh, okay. The worst thing you'd see on a gas station blade is someone's fingerprint smudge. Good to know. Yeah, once you get into a certain price point, like I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, like, are $500 to $700 knives worth it? I'm like, well, if you collect them for the materials and whatnot, but if you're looking for just a user, like, you can find a lifelong knife under $200, no problem long at all. Oh, they totally are, Shadow Company. Benchmade and Kershaw, left and right, are the main rip-off ones. And they don't even pretend. They put the fake badging. The boxes look just like it. It's sad. And then they're like $20. And they'll be in lives, and I'll start making fun of them. And I'll say, yeah, but the HRC is probably not above 75. And this one guy the other night was like, it is. It's almost 100. And I go, oh, the HRC is almost 100 on this D2 steel now. No cold steel. I haven't seen anybody. I mean, they might be on there. You know what I found? The companies that are using TikTok to sell knives, those companies aren't getting ripped off. Like, no, it's like they almost monitor their stuff. Like, Concept is on there killing it. CJRB's on there killing it. QSP, Civivi, Hey Blind Woo, and who's the other one? Vosteed. They started on there, and then they never did anything. Kaiser was killing it on there, and then they've just dropped off the map with using it. Heat treatment of the knife, and they won't understand how to answer it. I asked him if he had a Timascus handle, and he said there was no such thing as Timascus. It's fun because you can go in those lives and you can meet other real knife guys because you can tell because they're giving them a hard time, and you become friends. But yeah, that's a shame, the whole ripoff thing and all of that. But there are real guys on there that are doing it, and there's a good community of us that, refuse to engage with those people. Exactly, Shadow Company. Although there are a few people that are on there. Oh, Microtech is another one that gets ripped off on there like crazy. And there's people on there that say they know they're ripoffs, but they at least want they want a knife that looks like it. I'm like, but it doesn't work like it, like it's ridiculous. Yeah, definitely Blind Woo. But then there's some no-name cheap brands that are the real deal, and they do run good prices. Usually those ones are like slip joints, and they actually do a decent job. Copying another brand. Oh, definitely illegal. But when you go and you report it as like fraud and stuff, all they do is shut down their page and they open a new one an hour later. Cloning them out of a 3D printer. Who knows? Exactly. I mean, I have a Microtech and it's awesome. It's a heavy user, an MSI. But if I couldn't afford one, I would go buy a real 20 some dollar Kershaw as opposed to a fake $50 Kershaw. Like, you know what I mean? Like, TC Blades, good to see you. I was carrying my Fenrir yesterday that I won. I'm super stoked about that. But we're talking about overrated and underrated knives. So if there's a knife that you think is totally overrated or one that you think deserves more acknowledgement, that's what we're going for. Oh yeah, I love it. James Brand is for Apple product users. Oh man, that's funny. Sebenzas, yeah. They don't fit what I would want in a knife. I mean, I don't want a slow roller. It doesn't look exciting. Like, it looks like a $150 knife. you know. Oh man. For Apple website to James Brand, they even tried to copy the site. Oh man. So like over the summer, I went to Shields, and they have like those mega Shields. So they have huge knife selections. Welcome, Blind Woo. Thank you for joining. Appreciate that. Welcome to the Sprinkle Crew. And get a fist bump for that. And so I was looking at all the knives, and I couldn't afford most of them, and they were a bit overpriced, at Shields because it's a store. And this this guy walks in, in like the collared shirt. He just looked like he was an Apple phone, and he doesn't look around at anything. And I'm looking next to him at the higher end Kershaws, and Chavez was right next to it. So I was looking at some Chavez, and then Benchmade was right next to that. And I don't hate Benchmade, but they're not the be all end all. And this guy comes up, and is like, "Oh, you need help?" And I was like, "I'm just kind of looking at these." And this guy goes, "I'll take that bug out because I heard that's the best knife ever made. So I only buy the best." And I'm just looking at him, and I was like, "Okay." If you say so, dude. But that's fine. And there's nothing wrong with having a bug out either. We all have our preferences, but in that cabinet he was looking, hey Henry, there was a few that I think would have probably been an upgrade and cheaper. But yeah, there you go, TC. I was talking to some of the other guys about like how Kaiser does things and how Concept does things, where like Kaiser lately has been redoing a lot of the CRKT. There you go. They got some good stuff. I like some of their stuff. Whereas Concept puts out maybe 2 models, 3 models a month, and they're really good. But Kaiser now is kind of more in going into the quantity version where they're like, we will make this knife in a million versions and release them every month until you find the one that looks like something you would like. Oh, the fake Swiss Army knives. Yeah. Oh, petrified fish. Yeah, they make good stuff. Yeah. I would say they're probably an underrated brand. They do really nice stuff. Hmm. See it all the time, but they'll figure it out on their own. Yeah, and I feel like I'm sounding like some sort of elitist or jerk now, but like the guy who was there at that store, he was totally one of those people. I just know it all. But see a full shiny gold knife with oil spill, you already know what you're dealing with. Yeah, I don't dislike Kaiser. They do put out some good stuff. I really want to check out that slip joint they recently released. Um, I'm not a big micarta person. I'm kind of waiting to see if they did make a G10 version now, but it's a Santa Claus one. So I'm kind of waiting to see if they'll do a G10 one. Said he knows more than you. That's right. um, but I guess that's we enjoy checking all this stuff out, and I guess if you read like an article, it would say you need a Benchmade, but either way. But I love checking out a bunch of brands, and non I like odd knives. I mean, you guys know I like the tiny knives, the giant knives, the non-practical knives. I agree, Kathleen. There's so much that comes out, And like with concept, they might release 2 or 3, but they're very diverse or interesting, I guess. Oh, were you able to translate that out? I do not have any on me at the moment. Although, remember the squids? We all like the squids, right? And you used to get them for like 15 bucks. I can't find them under 40 now. Try naming one M-Tech knife that's actually useful. Uh, when I need to pry something open. uh, I did see the. You guys been seeing all the Christmas knives coming out? So I don't have a bomber TC, and I just saw that Going Gear has a special one, and it looks like those 80s cups you would get, like, or the 90s, like you'd go to the mall and you'd get a drink, and it'd have that like blue and whatever lot, like zigzag on it. They have that in bombers, and you can get a regular blade or a black blade. I've checked one out. I've got to look at one, but I don't have one, and I really want to get one. Oh, really? So I always picked up the Rough Rider ones because they would there were those ones where you go, like, if you move the knife, it would make it would do that 3D action where it would have them doing something. But I will say I really like the CJRBs right now. They all have that like goldish blade, and they have some really cool patterns. And on the more budget end, the Dream Tech released a bunch that are like $25, and those look cool. There's the Kaiser ones, and then there's I haven't seen Vosteed's yet. Usually Vosteed is, maybe I just haven't looked, but they usually do cool ones. Yeah, M-Techs are what you need for the zombies. Because you don't need something very sharp, they just turn to mush. But I'll tell you what, yeah. If you go to like Smoky Mountain and just type in Christmas knife, you'll find like 4,000 of them, different kinds. But it's fun. I agree. I need one of those too, but they're like 80 bucks or something. And I can't use a discount code on it. Unless anybody has a really good code or in with them. Yeah, I would that would be what the bomber I want to get. Those are cool. Um and it's the closest I'll get right now to a Midgard. So hey, Larry kid. Low flea market, there'll be a table of them, or smoke shop. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Oh, they're the equivalent of a burner phone MTech. They're good if you're on your way to the airport. There you go. And then think of it this way. MC's been buying those TSA boxes, and they can get pretty expensive. And while they make great for content, and I've thought about it, you're probably paying more for those used MTechs than you are for if you just bought a box of real MTechs. Ditch it as fast as possible. That's what I'm gonna do this year. I'm gonna do like a 25 days of Christmas, and it's gonna be the 25 M-Techs of Christmas. And every time you guys come on a live, somebody's getting an M-Tech. You get an M-Tech, and you get an M-Tech, and you. Oh, that would be funny. But then people might stop tuning in. I don't want to do that. But I am gonna put the fillers out to some companies to sell the box to Metal Complex. That'd be great. I'll just in one of his lives, I'll just be like, "Hey, dude, I got a whole box of M-Techs that didn't work out for me. Can you take them off my hands?" Was it last year? Last year he said he had like 3 or 4 boxes of knives that he'd been sent that he'd not even opened. Like a box of just miscellaneous knives. So the box for profit, that's right. And he said he didn't think he was ever going to get to them. And that the boxes themselves were like a year old. And I was like, I'll give you $300 for a box. And I'll have my whole content for the year and a cool story. And he said no. Nice BNA. I was like, it didn't cost him anything. Oh, fun times. Oh. That's right. Play some Onyx. I heard they're on tour this year, and I didn't even know they're still alive. So that's pretty cool. Right. Let's see here. Well, I've got to go grab my phone charger. And yeah, on my Christmas list, I'm having a really nice phone charger, so I won't have to do that so often. But I'll probably tune out. I don't know if Casey is still on. If he is, go over there and say hello and tell him Crossbars are your favorite. And hope you guys all have an amazing day. And I am going to try to hit some companies up so we can do a really cool holiday giveaway. So we'll see what happens there. Anchor, yeah, that's what I usually get, but I just got these little ones. Oh, no problem, TC. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. And yep, happy Thanksgiving, Kathleen. I plan on being live tomorrow. I'll probably post on Thursday, but I don't think I have any plans to go live. But you guys have an amazing night, and I will talk to you later. Bye.